Well, you mentioned the whole Friday thing, doing, with Cat Williams, doing movies with him and everything, man. How did you get into, what I'm saying, how'd you get that role, man? This iconic role.
Crazy, man. So, the last time I clocked in, last time I had a job, I worked for the airlines. And a lot of comedians did this back in the day because when you work for the airline, the biggest benefit is you get to fly for free. You get to fly anywhere you want to for free. But it's on a standby base, right? If the seat's there, you get on. And, a lot of time when you're a new comedian and the promoters don't know you, nobody's gonna fly you out. So you'll call a promoter, be like, hey man, get me on the show. They'll be like, we ain't flying you out. I'm like, okay, I'll fly myself out. Just, give me my little $200-300. You know what I'm saying? And and that's what happened. So I had that job purposely because I get to fly for free. My wife, kids, mother, the whole family does. So I could think of like 5 comedians that had those jobs. So, so what I used to do on my day off when I first started with a job, I worked part-time, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. I was off Tuesday and Wednesday. So every Monday, maybe every other Monday, or at least once a month. When I get off work Monday, I'll take a flight to LA. I was in Philadelphia at this time. Take a flight to LA and just hang out the comedy spots. Monday night they had this thing called More Better Mondays, and it's still going on to today actually. Where this is 1999, right? It's 1999. So they have More Better Mondays, which is like a big urban night of comedy, and then Tuesday night was called, and More Better Mondays was at the Improv, and they had Fat Tuesdays at the Comedy Store on Sunset. So Monday was hosted by D-Ray, Tuesday was hosted by Guy Torrey. So I remember I came down one week, and I hit up the guys, hey guys, I'm in town, can I get some time on stage? So I remember doing Monday and I went and did Tuesday. So when I did Tuesday night at the Comedy Store, it just happened to be the same night that Ice Cube came for the first time to watch Mike Epps. And then I happened to be on the show and I did my thing that night. And then next thing I heard is like Guy Torrey hit me up like, hey, there's something going on. They want you to, they're doing this movie and they want you to audition. This, I said, okay, let me see the script. They send me they send me my lines. And just one scene. They sent in lines, and I saw on the title of it is like next Friday. I didn't know what that meant because Friday at this time was about 5 years old. I didn't know that it was a sequel to Friday. I just thought it was something, So the lady later called me and explained to me. She said, oh yeah, Ice Cube was there, and they're doing a sequel to Friday called Next Friday. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So they said we set up an audition for like a week later. So I'm going back home. In fact, when I got that, it's so crazy. When I had got that message, I was actually on set hanging out, watching Will Smith shoot Wild Wild West. Because my good friend Charlie Mack is a very was like Will Smith's right-hand man. And then, so we went on set to watch Will Smith shoot the movie Wild Wild West. I remember that's when I got that message about the next Friday thing. So I go home back to Philly. Crazy thing about it, while I was in Philly, one of the places we perform a lot back in the day was from Philly we go to New York. New York has like 5 different spots you can perform almost every day of the week. Urban spots, little $100 spots. So you could hit like 3 of them in one night and make you a little $300. So I remember it was one night was me, Kevin Hart, Ray Gordon, this guy named Buck, 4 of us driving to New York to go do a show. And this guy named Buck is like the most illegal guy ever. Don't get in this guy's car, don't take no, if you get money from him, it's counterfeit. If you got to watch from him, it's fake. This guy, the only thing real about him, even his mom is probably not his real mother. That's how fake this guy is. Buck is just fake. And we around New York, and we all met at one place. We all met at this one particular club. We said, okay, we all gonna hop in one car. We decided to take Buck's car because his car was newer. He had like a little Nissan Maximum, couple of 3 years old maybe. I had a Ford Taurus. I didn't want to put the miles in my car. I'm not sure what Cab had. Cab probably caught the bus up there. And then Ray, I'm not sure what Ray drove. Big long story short, we in Buck's car driving. on the turnpike going from Philly to New York. I'm the one driving this idiot's car. All of a sudden, state troopers behind us. I'm like, why this guy behind us? Get to find out, Buck had a license plate that belonged to another car. So what happened back in the day, I'm not sure what happened in the West Coast, but in Philly, back in the 90s, whenever you get a lot of tickets in your car, like you just got a ticket today, when you get like 3, 4 of them, they try to tow your car. So what you do is you report your license plate stolen, so they think that it's not yours, and then you just get a new plate. So the plate that he had on his car was a plate that somebody must have had a lot of tickets on, reported stolen. He just needed a plate on his car. He threw that plate on his car. Now the state trooper thing is a stolen property. They pull us up, get out of the car, pull the guns out on us. Because when you read the license plate, it reports stolen property. So they think the whole car is stolen. We some criminals. I didn't know what to do. I'm like, get out the car, driver, turn left. I don't know what to do. I'm like, they're like, man, you gonna get shot. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know. I've never been through this before. Big long story short, we all get locked up. 4 of us got locked up, missed the show, right? Missed the show. And the day that I had to come back, we was in there not long, 8, 10 hours was locked up for. Let us all go. The day I was supposed to come to my audition, it was the day I had to go to court in Newark, New Jersey. So I remember me and Kevin Hart was the only one that decided to go to court. The rest of the motherfuckers were like, fuck the court. So we rented a car, drove to Newark. This happened in Newark, New Jersey. Went to court, got out there in time, cab drove me back to Philly airport. I hopped in my flight, landed like 4 p.m., made a 5 p.m. audition. With all that shit going on in my head, I went up there and I killed the audition. You know, and I later found out who was auditioning for that. I heard my boy Danny Green, Shang, I forgot who else auditioned for that particular role that I had got.
Oh, a few people did.
A few people did, and it changed my life.
Now, you do this scene, it's huge. Did you make up those lines, or were they kind of already in the script?
Oh no, the only thing that was in the script was I can't get jiggy with this shit. Everything else in that script we made up. Me and Mike Epps at that time, we've known each other for about more than that. We started like 93. We knew about 6 years. We knew each other about 6 years at that time. So the chemistry was there. So we just went at it hard, you know, back and forth. And the thing about it, after the movie was shot, and they had a screening for the actors and the directors, I looked at them like, nigga, we did funnier things than that. That's how, I mean, but you know, when the movie goes into the editing room, it's a total stranger in there, don't know. He just trying to find the best angles and the best this and the best that, and he missed out on so much. Because I'm telling you right now, if I could get a hold of the original tape, I'm like, it's so much more funny things than me and Mike did. But I didn't like what I saw. In fact, I didn't start feeling good about it till when the movie came out. I put a hat on, sneak into the movie, go into the movie theater in my hometown, watch people watch it. And as soon as I pop on the screen and start talking, they start going crazy. And that's when I started liking it. I'm like, okay, they like it, you know. And that's when I started to like it.
Okay. Now, a while ago, the thing came out where people were kind of blaming Ice Cube for the actors not getting paid enough. Mm-hmm. You know, how did you feel when you seen all that?
Yeah, I didn't like that. I mean, especially, you know, guys that have made it, you know, and then know the grind, how, I mean, look, I just saw a post the other day where Drake opened up for Ice Cube. Did you see that?
I did, for $100.
$100. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's part of the grind. And at the end of the day, it's not even like up to Cube and this and that. The movie has a budget. It's like any other job. You know, they have a SAG rate. They have a minimum wage rate. When you're new, it's a minimum wage. When I did that movie, my $800 a day. I did overtime, so I got paid $1,200. That's for working. And then when the movie comes out, you know, depending on how much you make, depending on how big your role is, you'll get a little check here and there. I probably, you know, and then after it goes to DVD, then get a little check here and there, and so forth and so forth. You know, unless you are the star, if you have demanding power, then you could go and be like, okay, you know, just like, I mean, they're having a sequel. If Chris Tucker wanted to do it, be like, okay, I need this amount of money. And then be like, you want Chris Tucker, you got to pay him. Then the movie got to go up on the budget, because the guy that everybody wants to see wants more money. then it becomes, you know, negotiation. If it's could happen, could happen. I mean, if it can happen, then it can happen. But he has no control over that.
How do you feel about the problems about not being able to get the last Friday done? Or yeah,
it bothers me, man. You know,
you definitely you gotta be.
Oh
in
no,
it,
me and Cube talk.
You know,
I already knew about the script. Okay. I knew my role already. I can discuss it because we could hopefully still make this thing happen. You know, and he's, you know, I don't know the whole thing behind New Line or Warner Brothers. I have no idea what that's all about. And I'm just an actor, comedian, just trying to give our audience what the fuck they've been asking for whatever, 20 years.
A long time.
Very long time. You know, so it's I mean, trust me, if it was up to Cube, we would have been got this done. I mean, look how long, I mean, when we talked about it, when me and Cube talked about it, at least 3 of these people were still alive that were supposed to be in the movie.
I know, man. Now, you know, Debo passed away.
Debo, Pops, and he's out. I mean,
you know,
they were all alive. Can you imagine?
Right.
We would have got this thing done. And right before, I was actually on a flight with John Witherspoon. We took a flight from Dallas to LA, and we was talking about the movie, like, you know, we're excited about it. We're gonna make it happen, you know. And then boom, a few months later, he was gone.
Man,
but you know, we'll see what happens. Hopefully they could figure this out because Cube really wants to do this, man, for the culture. You gotta do it for the culture.